Before this video ends, I am going to take you to a place that I dare you have ever seen, observed, or even heard about. Nobody you know has been there. Stay till the end, because this one you will remember forever. Day 12 in China, my wife has fully stopped being a tourist, and this is how young people in China wait for the metro. That's Deepa, gone completely local. From Beijing, we took the overnight sleeper train, 1,200 kilometers south to Shanghai. Morning 1, the Bund. Everything you see across that river was farmland 30 years ago. Look at the back of the frame, the 16th century and the 21st all in one shot. Moon gates. The old Chinese belief says a round doorway completes your life. We walked through every single one we found. This stone marks Yu Garden, the famous garden upon the sea. A Ming dynasty officer built it 450 years ago as a gift for his parents. It took him 20 years, 40 pavilions, in the middle of a city of 26 million people. Right outside the garden, the Yuyuan Bazaar, 400 shops, and Deepa discovered that bargaining works in every language. Forty shops later, Deepa owns 3 paper fans, a jade dragon, and a hat she will never wear again. I own nothing, not even an opinion. This bazaar is 400 years old, and it still smells like breakfast. If you ever come here, come hungry. By night, we hit Nanjing Road, China's #1 shopping street. More than 1 million people walk it every single day. And then we found this, a bronze book on the footpath, July 26, 1882, the exact spot where the first electric lamp in China was switched on. Every light you will see for the rest of this video started right here. Hidden behind the main street, a red tunnel full of wishes. We left one too, not telling you what it was. Then you turn one corner, and Shanghai shows you why it is Shanghai. Those buildings across the street are 100 years old, banks and trading houses from when Shanghai was the financial capital of Asia. Locals call this stretch the Museum of World Architecture. But remember my promise, it starts coming true now. One last look at Pudong. We earned this view. Next stop, Shenzhen. No queues, no chaos. Just quiet moving walkways and ceilings that look like honeycomb. This is what an airport looks like when the whole city is only 40 years old. 40 years ago, this was a fishing town. Today, 17 million people, and it builds the world's phones and drones. Small confession, Shenzhen was so impressive, no, that your cameraman forgot he owns a camera, surrounded by 20,000 phone shops. And this genius took 0 photos. Deepa is still not over it. And finally, as promised, Wangxian Valley, a village built into the side of a cliff. Now here is the crazy part. 10 years ago, this was a dying granite quarry village. They rebuilt it in the old Song dynasty style, plank by plank, straight into the cliff face. We walked in through a cave. Every roof you see is lit by hand every single evening. Some of these guest houses hang more than 100 meters above the valley floor. People pay to sleep suspended off the side of a mountain, and it is booked out for months. Stone lanes, hand-built walls, lanterns every few steps, and not a single car inside the whole valley. And this is the moment we stopped talking. That round building is a theater, floating on the water under a cliff. Let that sink in. Of everything we saw in China, the Great Wall, the Bund, the city of the future, this is the place we still dream about. "20 days ago, we landed in China with 2 suitcases and 100 wrong ideas. We drifted down the Li River at sunrise. We got lost in Chengdu and learned to wait for the metro sitting like locals. We stood on the Great Wall in the fog, holding hands, saying nothing. We watched Shanghai switch on a million lights on the street where China lit its very first one, and in a tiny village hanging off a cliff in Jiangxi, we found the China nobody ever told us about. 20 days, 6 cities, 10,000 memories, and one person I got to share every single one with. Thank you for traveling with us. If this journey touched you, you know what to do. The next one is already calling."